This is a setup, y'all. Everything about this is a setup. And there's always going to be rebellion because it's not the reality, government. There's always going to be rebellion because the reality is the reality, and that's the only reality there is. And you're living it too. But you got everyone living a setup. And as long as there's a setup, there's going to be rebellion. You understand? Because it's not the reality. Because reality is the correction. Getting it done correctly and it being the way that it really is. And you people need to learn to live it and quit being mad and quit being jealous and quit being all these things that you're being, because life is life. You gotta let it go. I done told you people, live your life. Go be with someone then who you can be with. That's the reality, people. It's not for you to be jealous. It's not for you to be this. It's not for you to be that. Get away from these people. Keep them out of your life or whatever. Quit looking at these people. Quit thinking what you're thinking. It's all a setup. And I'd rather make it a good life, because they made sure that you can't get out of it, right? And they made sure that you don't want to get out of it, right? So there you go. It's all a setup. Everything you do, everywhere you go to a grocery store, you buy the food you buy, you drive the car you drive, you live in the house you live in the same neighborhood, you see the same people. Everything you do is a setup. Even if you got someone to have sex with you, what are they going to do? They're going to go right back to their life of living in their house, in their setup. And all you did was you had sex with them. And maybe you ruined their life. You know? Maybe you ruined their life. But guess what? They're going right back to the setup, aren't they? Of going to the grocery stores and getting groceries and all this. And the government's got to understand. You know? There's always going to be rebellion as long as it's a setup, because it's not the reality. There's only the reality, people, and it's correcting, and how it corrects, and how everything really is. And we all know that, of the planet and the moons and the stars and existence here. Correct? Getting it done correctly. You build a house, you build it correctly. You do technology, you correct it. You get things corrected, right? This is the way it is. Everything. You eat food. Everything you do and live is getting it correct and doing it correctly, or getting it made better, like technology or houses or cars. Everything is being made better. Why? Because it gets corrected and things get better, or new technologies and that are then made off of other technologies. You know, it's all being done correctly and getting corrected. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Correct. You're not going to build a house wrong, right? You're not going to live in a house that was built wrong because it's going to fall down. You know, you're going to live in a house that was built correctly, right? And it only gets better because you got people who are making things better and getting things corrected that are better to build a house or technology or cars or living your life or eating or anything you do is being done corrected. There is the right way to do it. There's the correct way to do it. And as long as there's the setup, there's going to be rebellion, period, because it's not the reality. It's people who are being used and set up in this and being told that it was made by these people, when no, everybody was here living. Everyone was doing what they were doing. Yeah, you made villages, you made cities, you made a government, but life is life. People were surviving and living on their own. Sure, you can call yourself a government and you can say and you can make your false claims about putting all this stuff together, but you didn't. It was life and it's reality. That's why everyone is here, and that's why the government is here. And if they're claiming anything other, they're false. You understand? And there is no control. That's a corruption of man wanting to control the reality, wanting to control human beings and animals and everything. But you can't, because it's not the reality. There's only the reality, and there's only correcting and correctly doing it. And that's the way reality is. It is the correction. You understand? Just like it's been explained in paintings and books and everything of it being the correction. And we know, like I said, the planets, the stars, the moons, everything that gets corrected if something happens, because that's what it is. And it's not for man to be how they're being. You need to then learn. If you're so smart, then learn to let it go. Learn to let it go and learn to quit being ignorant. Quit being ignorant, because if you're not knowing this stuff, then that's all you are. You're just an ignorant person out here, then, aren't you? And that's all these people are, and they're getting used against other people. And these other people out here babbling that need to go away, or whatever their issue is. Because like I said, everyone needs to just live their life and make it better, and quit with the craziness, you know. But the government's got to understand, that's why there's rebellion, because it's not the reality. People are not living their life and doing the things that they would normally do, and then that's why there's rebellion. So figure that one out, okay? I don't know what to tell you about it, but other than that, that's the way it is, and that's the way it will always be. And I'm explaining it to you. That's all I'm doing. And I'd rather live a better life and it be done correct than not. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say about it.